Well, everyone, we are back. Today it's just me and Paladrex here to discuss Peacemaker Episode 4. It's just us two, because Maya has not dropped the series yet. She is just working later today, and so she wouldn't be here for time we filmed, and we're not going to wait. So we're jumping right into this. Peacemaker Episode 4. So we go where we left off. They just murdered the senator and his entire family. They're in the car ride home. For whatever reason, we hogtied Judo Master. I was like, why not just like kill him and dump his body? Like he seems like a very big liability.
He's a very big liability. I am surprised that he's the one they kept alive.
Like
Or
if
I
we're
think it's
keeping,
because they needed information.
I mean, I guess I can see that, but like at that point, why not get the other bodyguard kept alive just to see if he had any information?
Because Hartort was handling him. So, she was like, just kill him. I'm sure if Hartort was handling Judo Master, she would have just killed him.
I think she should have been right.
But what about Economos?
It just seems like a very big liability to have, and it seems to almost bite them in the rum later on. But before that, Peacemaker finds out what Economist did, and that his dad is in jail.
This subplot is very interesting.
So yeah, they go visit them. Peacemaker says stuff he probably shouldn't have, makes things worse, like always. I feel like.
I mean, all he said is like, because he thought his dad thought that he did it.
Mm-hmm.
All he said was like, it wasn't me. His dad's just a douchebag. Now, Vigilante made it worse.
I feel like both of them made it worse because, like, Peacemaker also mentioned the fingerprints things, which maybe the dad would not have thought about to check either, and now he has like an alibi again to
That's
prove
true.
himself.
Well, I mean, he's just being honest with his dad. He was like, yeah, they put the fingerprints on you. He made it worse, yeah. But I think it's that he made it worse because his dad is
Oh yeah, this dad is terrible.
horrible.
But yeah, to kind of fix the things, Vigilante decides to get arrested, gets thrown in jail with the dad, and instigates with all the other racists in the prisons to get them to fight him. So it's self defense.
Uh, so I won't even lie to you. This scene actually made me really like Vigilante.
Same. I love Vigilante for this scene. At first I thought he was a psychopath, and we should not like him. This scene made me think he's super cool. You should invite him to the barbecue for the cookout, but he's still a psychopath in that. Just maybe still be a little wary.
Vigilante is invited to the cookout.
All right, you heard it here. Paladrex says he gets the invite to the cookout.
Vigilante's invited to the cookout. Nah, I love Vigilante in this scene. It was very interesting. He was like, "How do I trigger a bunch of racists in one setting?" He was cool. And honestly, his scenes this episode were pretty funny too. Like his passive aggressiveness to Peacemaker was very interesting.
And like I mentioned before, it's because I think this is the first episode he got to film with people, because originally he was casted as someone else and he got recasted. I think in episode 3 or 4, that was when he started. Anything before that, he was kind of like edited in post, so he had to like film those stuff by himself, and then.
Which you can honestly tell in this, because like he seems a lot more like lively. Like he's able to bounce off all the other characters in a much more fluid manner than when he was before in their interactions. So it's pretty enjoyable. Honestly, I like it. I liked it a lot. I liked his thing with Adebayo. That actually make me laugh.
Mm-hmm. It's like, no, I'm not him. I was like, you sure? That sounds like Vigilante. It's like, no, we just have a similar voice. Like, now that's just a fake voice.
It was nice. It was nice. This Vigilante was very entertaining this episode. I definitely think he was like a highlight. Another highlight was probably seeing that the butterfly was alive and was high.
I'm like, why, Peacemaker? Why are we keeping this butterfly alive? Do you think you can interrogate a butterfly?
He can get it high.
I guess we can get it high or feed it to Eagly. It looked like Eagly was interested.
I mean, Eagly was high too. Who do you think Eagly likes more, Peacemaker or his dad?
I think Peacemaker.
Excellent.
I haven't seen Eagly like interact with a dad that much. It seemed like the dad probably just let him out every now and then.
That's fair.
I can't see the dad being that interested in people.
Yeah. We see that he is a people person amongst his common folk.
Yes, the white dragon is very popular among others of the Aryan nation.
Yes.
I was not expecting him to have the whole suit like he does in the comics.
Honestly, yeah, that caught me off guard. With like, because I thought they were gonna be like, all right, so he's gonna be like the great dragon in in name, but he's not gonna like play a factor much in the series. And then they decided to show us the whole suit, everything.
Another thing caught me off guard because Peacemaker is establishing a lot of things in its universe. We've already got mentions of like Batmite. I forget who else has been mentioned early in the earlier episodes.
Aquaman.
I mean, Aquaman's in the movie, so we kind of already figured he's part of this.
Yeah, Mothra.
Mothra is part of this universe. At least the movies are, at least. But I think the biggest thing for this episode was Matter Eater Lad. Especially since we've been past 2 weeks, we've had a binge of the Legion of Superheroes.
That threw me off guard when they really said Battery Eater Lad. I was like, wow, he really made it into the episode. Of all characters, Matter Eater Lad.
Especially after we've already had 2 tirades on 2 weeks in a row on the Legion of Superheroes when you learned they were a thing and looked up their names.
Do you think this is they threw that one in there because of the upcoming show?
I don't know. I don't think that's some. I'm assuming that all that was filmed before all this. I think James Gunn just loves his deep cuts.
By all means, James Gunn, go on.
Because honestly, who doesn't love Maddie Lad? His whole thing is he could eat anything, and apparently he ate a Wendy's because they took too long with his food.
Oh, I thought they said it's because the fries weren't good.
Was it the fries weren't good? I thought it was taking too long with the food. But unless I don't remember his powers that well, it's not like he's a black hole where everything gets sucked in like Kirby. Like he still takes bites. Eating a whole Wendy like that has to take like days.
Yeah, that's like a lot of work. Like you have to like eat up to the top and then carefully eat around the roof. Make sure you still align the foundation. Like that's a lot of effort.
I could be wrong. Maybe someone wants to point out to me in the comments when we post this over on YouTube or anywhere if he's like Kirby and could just swallow things. But I feel like he just takes bites.
I feel like taking bites is a very inefficient power.
Well, you can take bites out of anything you want.
I mean, that's cool, but that still seems like a very inefficient. Like, there doesn't really seem to be like a lot of real world like application as far as a hero goes. Besides, like maybe opening a wall they can't open, like a door they can't open.
I mean, that's why he's usually on the list of heroes with like the worst powers, along with like the kid who can explode, but he doesn't have regeneration powers. He explodes, he dies. He's usually amongst heroes like that on the list of worst powers.
Comic books are an interesting place.
He's usually a character people make fun of, so yeah. I can see why they threw him in, because out of deep cuts, he's probably one of the most famous worst power heroes.
That's fair. Matter Eater Lad. Oh my gosh. Oh, I guess we should mention the twist in the end.
Yeah.
The twist I expected 100% and did not catch me off guard at all.
Yeah, when it happened, I was like, Palajex was right last episode. He called it last episode.
Hello, Marin. The butterfly. I was like, wow, y'all could have. Come on, man. You could have tried a little harder to make it a twist.
I mean, he's killing other butterflies. Like, I was expecting, like, maybe his partner was killed by a butterfly or something. Not him being a butterfly hunting other butterflies.
Maybe. But hey, maybe he just doesn't like butterflies as a butterfly. I don't know.
Maybe the butterflies are trying to do something good with the world, but he's the evil butterfly and he's trying to stop them from helping humanity.
It's a good. What his objective are, I guess, is an interesting thing. But as for being a butterfly, no, I 100% expected that. There was like no way around that.
I mean, I was surprised. Obviously, you weren't. You called it last episode. I didn't believe you. I was wrong. I still don't know what the butterflies are.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't understand it. This feels like Secret Invasions.
Like, I was like, Killer Moth. End of episode 3. This is probably not Killer Moth involved anymore. I've seen some people on the internet infer that the spaceship has something to do with the scarabs, and this could be a tie into the Blue Beetle movie that they're making.
I don't know. I did. I don't. I've never read Blue Beetle, and I think from well, no, I've read some Blue Beetle, but from what I've read, it was Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. So like, it's like, what is Blue Beetle's enemies? Are maybe the
His
butterflies
enemies,
are?
I don't know who his enemies are.
Who are his villains? Like he's got to have a villain, right? Even
Hi-
Cyborg has grid.
Jaime Reyes villains. I I don't think I've ever seen him fight like anyone that's like I can say is his own.
Exactly. It's like maybe it's the butterflies.
Uh, his enemies. I don't
Bone
even have
Crusher.
anyone under enemies.
I have some.
Okay, I'm on like a heroes and villain fandom wiki, and they have no villains under him.
They have the Bone Crusher, the Coyote, Doctor Polaris, Silverback, Blitz, Big Dicks. Excuse me?
What?
Yeah,
What
it's
did you
got
say?
his name is Big Dicks. Dix.
Where are we looking at this?
A list of Blue Beetle enemies. It's a Wikipedia page.
And it's Jaime Reyes and not like the other Blue Beetle, right?
Is I mean I typed Timey Rays, but some of these are like 1939, 1940. So
Okay. Okay, this list says which one's whose. So Madman's 10 chords, Catapact's 10 chords.
oh yeah, this is Dan Garrett. Hold up. Let me go down to Jaime Reyes.
Paco Testa is the Black Beetle. He's a former friend of Jaime Reyes.
Oh yes. The Coyote, Bone Crusher, and Black Beetle are still yeah, Black Beetle. The Reach is I think just the other scares, right? The Diviner is a low level magician who works for La Dama, who is the aunt of Jaime's friend Brenda Amparo Cardenas, and the biggest crime lord in El Paso and closest thing to an arch enemy for Jaime. She's well aware of her dual identity, with Jaime also being aware of Amparo's dual identity. Interesting. And Silverback. Silverback is a cyborg gorilla who wields big guns and is a veteran member of the Brotherhood of Evil who was disappointed by Phobia, the warp and plasmist attempt to steal the scarab. He goes after the scarab himself.
What's with DC and like all these gorillas?
I don't know. Stopwatch is a cybernetic scientist who can control time and summon weapons from the future. The Posse is a group of villains who consist of Blot, Blur, Nightcatcher, Root, Smokey, and Spish. Interesting. And
Yeah.
then Mordecai Cole is a sorcerer's apprentice. So is there like a sorcerer?
I mean, we don't know what's going on with the butterflies. People are just speculating just because you remember the spaceship? It kind of looked like a scarab, but the butterflies themselves, from what I heard, have no correlation to Blue Beetle themselves.
Yeah, from what I can see, it has no relation. I wonder who the villain in Blue Beetle is going to be. I hope it's Silverback.
I mean, that's another thing to take in mind. Like, I think in this episode or the last episode, they're on the news. They're playing the TV on the news when John Cena got into his dad's house on the news. It was talking about an escaped gorilla.
Oh, there's your Blue Beetle tie-in, people. Yes, we're going to get our cybernetic. We're gonna get our cyborg gorilla with big guns. It's the only way.
Because
The
I was
only
wondering,
way.
like, that's such a random thing to do. Like, is it like Gorilla Grodd or
There,
Monsieur Maja? I think he's called Mala.
if this cyborg gorilla with big guns is a character in this movie, I will automatically give it 10 stars. 10 out of 10. 5-star Michelin rating. Peletrix the finest. It wins the Peletrix Awards.
All because it has a cybernetic gorilla fighting Blue Beetle. You are ready for this.
It's so cool.
I mean, to be fair, I was wondering the entire time. I was like, that's a weird thing to just include. Like, it could have just been the Justice League fighting something. The news is talking about escaped gorilla or a missing gorilla from a zoo enclosure.
I'm excited. Silverback. I'm gonna find out what comic he's in and read that. I want to see what he looks like. Actually, I'll just type it in. What am I talking about? Google Silverback.
We haven't talked about. We mentioned that Judo Master was hogtied and taken back, where he got restrained by economists. Eventually, he woke up and escaped, like I thought he would.
Actually, on a random side note, this character looks a lot more amazing than I even thought prior. Let me send this image real quick to the Discord.
You don't want to just share with the viewers?
Oh yeah, I could just share it. I could just show the screen, right?
As long as you don't have anything else on the screen that you don't want people to know about, I guess.
No, I don't have anything to hide. How do I do this? Oh yeah, share screen. It's easiest with two monitors. Blah blah blah. I don't care. Oh, can you see my little?
I can't see anything.
uh, Microsoft Edge tab. Yes.
Let me see if I can look it up and then I can skip. Oh, there it is. What is this? This looks nothing like a gorilla.
this may be the greatest character of all time. I can't lie to you, Huxley. This may be the greatest character of all time. 10 out of 10. If this is my Blue Beetle villain, I'm all for it.
Why is that a thing? I don't want this to be a thing.
I want it to be a thing.
We could choose like someone else as his villain.
No, he's perfect. Oh, he was in Justice League, the show.
Was he?
Yeah, he looked way less wild than that one.
Silverback Gorilla, Justice League. You sure he was in there?
Yeah.
Is it not just Gorilla Grodd?
This is not Gorilla Grodd. Here, I'll share the image.
This is not the Justice League. This doesn't look like the Justice League art. It's not this.
Yeah, it does. What do you mean?
Are you sure? Not from another show? Like Justice League Action, maybe?
That's not Justice League Action. Which I need to watch that. I saw a clip of like Batman getting fed up with Hera. I think that was from Justice League Action. I want to watch that.
Batman Unlimited, it says.
Is it Batman Unlimited?
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
I found the image. It goes back to Batman Unlimited, which is an animated movies and several shorts that promoted a toy line.
Bet.
All right, so we have a potential villain for Blue Beetle with Jaime Reyes coming soon. But going back to where we were about Judo Master's escape and Peacemaker's rematch. That was a good scene. It was fun. He did a lot better than rematch than he did the first fight.
I mean, yeah, because he was fighting Conham. Oh, yeah, the rematch. I'm sorry. I dozed off and immediately went to the fight with Economos. Yeah, Peacemaker was doing a better job before Adebayo
interrupted. Still hasn't killed anyone. We just want to make sure people know that. She is not a murderer like her mom, Amanda Waller.
I do like how this episode shows how similar she can be to Amanda Waller.
Mm-hmm.
In her own right.
Was able to convince a vigilante to go in and take care of Peacemaker's father because he's a good friend and will do anything to help his friend, especially if people don't want him to think he is racist for associating with a racist son.
Oh, and that was the Batman joke that apparently Warner Bros. Didn't like.
The racist son?
No, not that. When Peacemaker made it back home and he said Batman was a pussy, or he's like killing people by his lack of will to kill people.
I mean, it's a great discussion. Like, who is ultimately right? In the end of the day, I think Batman is right. He should not be judge, jury, and executioner. But Gotham should probably look into some sort of better security, or maybe the death penalty, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you really think about it, he just sends them to jail or like to Arkham. After that point, it's up to like the law to handle it. It's not for him to. It's not like he's like, don't kill him.
Yeah.
He's just saying that he's not gonna kill him because he's not the fucking executioner. He's not gonna take like that much power into his hands.
Yeah. At that point, it's up to the law for him to get a trial and for the judges to give out the verdict. It's on Gotham to either, if they're putting him in Arkham or Blackgate or whatever, to make sure it's fun enough to keep them there. Or maybe think about making the death penalty a law and only using it for extreme circumstances like the Joker.
Yeah, like I'm just saying because I like now that I think about it, I think I have heard people make that argument. And now that I think about it, I was like, do you really want like a vigilante running around town who just murders people if he feels like they broke the law?
Yeah, I'm the same foot. It's like Batman should not kill. I like that he leaves it to the courts. It's just humanity sucks. The
Yeah,
people suck.
we can't just go around killing people, even if they are murderers. Well, he can't just make the choice to kill someone, even if they are murderers,
Yeah, that is for
because
others to decide.
he, as a lone person, isn't able to get the full story. You know,
He could be wrong sometimes too. I'm sure there have been episodes in comics where he was wrong. Someone else was behind everything.
I mean, even in Long Halloween, he was wrong.
He was wrong a lot of times trying to figure out who was behind things.
So he's not gonna be there and be like, "Yeah, I caught this guy, kill him." He's gonna be like, "Yo, investigate it. I did my part. I captured him, or who
Yeah.
I thought was him."
I worked with the police officers with whatever evidence they had.
Now y'all figure it out. If you want to kill the Joker, I mean, by all means, do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I've heard one cool theory that they think the neighbor is Batmite.
That would be interesting.
Because I think the neighbor has brought up Batman like 2 or 3 times already. He's short, and he's just like always there when things are like happening. It seems
That would be a very interesting twist. That would be a very interesting twist. Go ahead. If they do that, they 10 out of 10, 5 stars.
that's all I need from this Peacemaker show.
Hey,
We need that guy to be Batmite. Blue Beetle only needs to have Silverback as its main villain.
That's all it is. That's all you guys need to please me. All right. You now know, Huxley is dinosaurs and sharks. For me, it's Silverback and Batmite.
Yeah, if you bring back damn, why am I blanking on his name and I love him?
Killer Shark?
King Shark.
King Shark. Why I say Killer Shark? Because Killer Whale is a character. Or is it Killer
Orca?
Oh, it's just Orca.
Killer Croc is killer. Killer Moth is a killer. King Shark is just King Shark.
He's like
Orca is just Orca.
Yeah, Orca is just Orca. Isn't there like another one, Hammerhead or something?
Is that not the Spider-Man villain?
It probably is the Spider-Man villain.
I mean, maybe DC also has one, but usually with IPs, there's only one for one, I feel like.
Maybe. I think it is just King Shark and... I mean, I don't know. DC Comics has like a lot of gorillas.
Gorilla Grodd, Monsieur Mala, Silverback apparently. Also, Humanite is not a gorilla, but he looks like a gorilla. I'm pretty sure he's not a gorilla.
Really?
I think he's like an advanced human. He's the first supervillain faced by Superman. He's Superman's first supervillain.
Really?
So Ultra Humanite is a criminal mastermind who had a crippled body but highly advanced intellect. He was the original Lex Luthor for Superman. He was paralyzed from the waist down and confined to a wheelchair. Okay, so when did he become like a gorilla thing? Because I'm seeing in a wheelchair person right now.
This man is like stealing bodies and everything. What the hell?
Okay, so did he just put his brain in a gorilla's body? Or is this like something else going on?
In New 52, he's a feared feeling alien.
Yeah, in the Silver Age. So it took to the Silver Age, like so, a couple of decades after he was introduced, he transfers his consciousness into an albino gorilla's body.
And in New 52, he becomes an alien.
Okay, so I guess we'll count him as a gorilla. For some reason, I thought he was maybe I thought he was an alien or something.
He is an alien.
Well, now he's an alien, but apparently before he was just a crippled guy who put his consciousness in a albino gorilla.
Honestly, I'm sitting here and I'm still shocked that this was Superman's first villain. Super villain. That actually just threw me for a loop.
He was later replaced by Lex Luthor, according to this Wikipedia.
I can see why. Though, that makes for some interesting movie material if they ever want to dive into that in the future. I get tired of movies that just use the same villains over and over again.
It's still going to be the same villain. It's just going to have a different name at this point, Chad.
What? Ultra Humanite's different. He steals bodies, transfers his consciousness, da-da-da-da.
He's still just a scientist in the end.
Or just make him the fear-feeding alien.
All right. So DC has a lot of gorillas. And apparently one of them has escaped from a zoo.
I'm putting my money on Silverback. Placing my bets.
Such a weird one to be. But
I really hope it. Maybe he gets captured and it gets transformed into Silverback.
What if it just ends up being the body for Ultra Humanite to show up for Peacemaker?
Maybe it was Gorilla Grodd.
I hope it's not Gorilla Grodd, honestly.
I hope so too. I've never actually cared for Gorilla Grodd.
He's an interesting villain, but still, I don't think we need him now. But anything else we got to say about Peacemaker episode 4? How are we feeling about it?
No, that's it. It was a cool episode. I liked it.
I really liked it. Yeah, it's a cool episode. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they do. I'm going to continue the series. I know you were like unsure about the series. Are you going to continue it?
I'll continue it, but only for Vigilante.
Only for him.
I've decided that's the only character I care about.
Not Abadoy? Is that how I say her name?
Adebayo.
Adebayo. Okay.
I mean, she's cool. We'll see if she grows on me more. I
did
didn't like her this
Discord.
episode.
You were falling for Eagly. What happened to your love for Eagly?
I don't get enough Eagly. All I saw was him high today, or the other day.
All right. Well, I'm excited. I'm enjoying this. I'm with the side of the internet that is thinks the intro is probably one of the greatest intros of all time, and this is including anime, who has amazing intros.
I don't care for the intro, but to each his own. It was fun the first time around. After a while, I was like, all right, I'll skip it.
I was like, no, we can't skip this. This is the best thing ever.
Book of Boba Fett has the best intro.
I haven't even seen it, so I haven't even seen anyone talk about the intro on my TikTok. I hear people talking about the intro for Peacemaker on my TikTok.
Actually, that's probably because of your TikTok's algorithm.
Maybe.
I don't imagine there's much Star Wars in there.
Usually not a lot of Star Wars, I admit. I don't see people talking about Star Wars.
That's because you don't watch Star Wars. It's all algorithms, Huxley. The more you dive into it, the more you'll see it.
Well, go ahead and support us over on our other channels. I'm Huxley. You can find me at HuxleyGV over on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok. You can't find Paladrex anywhere. He likes being alone. He'll just show up here once a week after watching the shows he needs to watch.
Yep.
So take care.